Welcome. Hello. Thank you for being here. This is your third warm-up package. This one hopefully is a little more fun, a little more exciting. I have some warm-ups in here that I've been wanting to put on here for a long time, and it took me a long time, and I apologize. So here we are. The first one we're going to do, many of you may know if you've done lessons with me, is called Werewolves. And this is just a name that I made up for them because it sounds like you're going, "Ow!" But it's actually a slide from an ah all the way up an octave to an O. And so you're going to have that nice tall vowel feeling, lots of space in between the back teeth. We're really focusing on the air here. We're focusing on releasing the air for the entire time as much as you can. And so it's going to be an ah sliding up to an O, and then 4 notes down. Here's an example. And as always, the next note up is going to sound after that, and that will be your cue to take your easy, low belly breath. And take your time to do those slides really slowly, hit all of the notes on the way up. All right, nice work. Take your regular breath, take a sip of water. The next one we're going to do is something different from usual. Usually our warm-ups are in a major key. This time our warm-ups are going to be in a minor key. So what that means is it's very similar to the major scale, except for 3 of the notes are flattened. So it's going to sound a little darker. Some of the notes are going to be closer together than you're used to, which is why it's good to practice different types of keys in these, because it gets the voice moving in ways that we haven't been used to during a major scale. So if you listen, this is what a minor scale sounds like. And if you'll notice, the 3rd note of the scale is lowered by a half step. Same with the 6th and the 7th note. If you need to, take a moment to rewind that, listen back a couple times, feel the difference when you're singing it based on the intervals between the notes. It's going to feel a little closer together in some parts. So here's the warm-up we're going to do within a minor scale. It's more of a melody than just a scale is, just to make it a little more fun and to get your voice used to moving in ways that you might hear in an actual song if it's in a minor key. Here's the example. Na 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 na. And you can do this with any vowel, any consonant combination. I recommend starting with a na or a la or a ta, just to keep it easy on yourself. And then if you're working on something specific, like higher notes having an E vowel, you can change it to like a T or something. All right, without further ado, here's our minor warm-up. All right, really good job. I hope that was more interesting for you, doing something in a minor key as opposed to our usual major key. So this next one we're going to do, I'm calling the bunny hop just because that's how it feels. It's so fun and bouncy. It's really working on our interval practice in a more interesting way. So you're going to take a top note and then you're going to go down one step and then you're going to go back up and then down one step. So it's kind of like the opposite of our broken arpeggios, but a little quicker. This one's going to be in two parts. So you're going to have one part where it's just the bunny hop part, and then you're going to go have the next part where you do that same thing and you go back up and then hit the bottom note one more time. So this is what it'll sound like. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And there's your note for the next breath. You can absolutely take a little mini recovery breath after the first little section if you're feeling like you can't make it through the whole thing on one breath, which is absolutely normal, unless you're working, of course, on your breath support, in which case you'd want to have that breath go all the way through. All right, let's do some bunny hopping. Here we go. right, nice job. Hopefully that bunny hopping back and forth was a good workout for your voice. keep in mind that with all of these, if it feels like it's too much on your voice, feel free to only do some of these today. Take a break. These are exercises for a reason. It's a workout. So if you need a break, if you need water, please pause this and take the break when you need it. Do some stretches, like pretend you're going to sing a really low note but with no sound. Pretend you're going to sing a really high note with no sound. And just be really nice and easy to your voice. We don't want to overdo it. So keep that in mind. So this next one I'm calling the Carnival Ride. It's all about rhythm, and it's really fun because it switches things up. It makes you think really fast, move really fast, and hopefully it'll be hilarious and a good time. So this one, we're going to take some different arpeggios and we're going to put them all together. And then we're going to have a laugh at the top. So if you want to, you can start this one out with like a la and then have the ha ha ha's at the top. And then we're going to have two notes to kind of smooth it all out into the next one. And we're going to change it to an A. So if you start out with ha, I want you to change it to an ha-a. And if you start out with a he, I want you to change it to a he-a. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. And if you happen to be working on your abdominal strength and your ability to start notes from the abs instead of from a breathy ha, I want you to do the whole thing with an H sound at the beginning. And so I'll show you the two versions of what I'm looking for. So here's the version with just the la's at the beginning, with just a couple H's at the end. La 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 la, ha 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 hi. So on those ha ha ha's, your belly should be working. You should feel the space underneath your bottom ribs pull in. That should be bouncing every time. It should not feel like it's all coming from your throat. And just keep in mind to be very wary of that. We want to strengthen the abs. It should feel like an ab workout. So here's the version with all H's. Ha 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 ha. All right, hopefully you get the gist. Let's get into it. And of course, if you need to go back and listen to those before you get into the full warm-up, please do. That's what this recorded warm-up is for, so you can go back, slow it down, do whatever you need to do. All right, here we go with some Carnival Ride. that's it for today for this batch. Thank you so much for singing with me. Remember to take care of your voice, drink lots of water, rest if you need to. You can always come back to this tomorrow. Use some different vowels, different consonants, depending on what you're working on in your practice right now. As always, I'm here if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon.